Hey YouTube, Stretchline Bait and Tackle, aka Old Man in a Kayak, and I'm down here in Texas. I just, with the recent events, especially in South Central Texas, where we've had a lot of rain and a lot of flooding, and unfortunately, there's been quite a few people lost their lives recently along the river, and it was even a camp a camp with for young ladies, and a lot of them lost their lives, and it's very sad and tragic. And I just want to remind everybody to enjoy the outdoors, but I have spent a lot of time on the river. I have canoed and kayaked and fished and camped up and down the rivers, primarily Brazos River. I've done a long stretches of the Brazos River, and the things to be mindful of when you're on the water like that is not just the conditions in the area that you're at, but what is happening upstream. Or there could be storms 30, 40, 50 miles, 100 miles north of you that you're not even paying attention to, that can affect you 24 to 36 hours down the road when it comes down there, and then there's flash flooding. Uh, be mindful of the lakes upstream from you. You can go on the website and pull up the times that they will release water from the dam and how much they're going to release. So you'll know when you're on the river where to camp, how high up ground to go. And I've always taken a practice of trying to get up, build a campsite as high up above the water as possible, just in case something happens in the night. Because there's been more than one circumstance. Like a buddy of mine, we were canoeing down the Brazos River. We spent like a 4 day trip down the river, and we stopped at one place, and my buddy said, "Hey, let's set the camp up here. This is nice." And I looked around, and it was a nice, calm little stretch of the river, just barely flowing, and it was right there, just maybe a foot above. Um, and I had a nagging feeling. I said, "No, let's move it up," and we moved it up about 6 feet up a little rise there and set up camp. And we woke up that night. We heard something, and we climbed out of the tent, shined our flashlights. The place where he had intended for us to sleep was about a foot and a half of running water, where the dam had opened up during the night and released. And so, now granted, we probably wouldn't have lost our lives in that. It wasn't that much of it wasn't a flash flood or anything like that, but we would have lost a lot of gear. We would have woke up in this. I mean, it can be dangerous, and especially at night, uh, but any time of the day. So always, when you go out there and you have fun, especially on the rivers, be mindful of your surroundings. But when you're on a river, you need to be mindful of what's upstream. What's the weather upstream? What are the lakes like? What are the release times? Just take all that into account. Do a little bit of information gathering prior to your trip, and then also during your trip, because that's one thing I always do. I always monitor weather when I'm on a river. Even if I'm on the lake, I'm watching the weather, and things can change, storms can pop up. And I have been caught in some thunderstorms down the lake in a kayak, and had to sit there for about an hour hugging a tree. And I mean, I didn't feel in danger, but I don't like being on the water where there's lightning and wind and heavy rains, and it's unsettling feeling. So, and it was just a storm that popped up. It wasn't even supposed to rain, but uh, I got caught on that, and we almost got caught on the river that one time. And so anyway, just everybody be mindful, be safe out there, man. Go out, enjoy the outdoors, enjoy the rivers, enjoy our lakes here in Texas, but please be safe. Be mindful of the weather. Always wear your safety gear when you're out on the water. Camp responsibly, and go out there and have lots of fun, but be safe so you can come back home, see your family, and go back and do it again. Alrighty, and my prayers go out to the families of those that have lost people and property down there along the rivers in South Central Texas. I believe the Llano and the Guadalupe, and several others. And my prayers go out to those people that lost loved ones. And anyway, just everybody, just be mindful out there, alrighty? And just stretch line bait and tackle. We'll see you on the water soon.